Hello people, how you doing? Welcome to Benji's Foods. Today I'll be making some lemon pepper chicken wings. Now to make the dish you need the following. You need some chicken wings, some plain flour, some sunflower oil, lemon pepper seasoning, some garlic granules, some mixed herbs, some all-purpose seasoning, some allspice, paprika, sea salt, some original fried chicken coating, some black pepper, some butter, lemon, and some parsley. Okay guys, so the first step to making the wings is I'm going to cut the pieces into half. So we have the drum part and the flat part. So I'm going to cut it in half, like so. Try to get the joint in the middle. So you can see now, got the drum and the flat part. Now what I've done before is I've washed these before, so just wash your chicken before you do this. You can also do this once you've cut the pieces up as well. I'm just going to do this for the remainder of the chicken wings. The key is just to hit it down the middle and hit the joint. See? There you go. I'm going to carry out the same process for the remaining wings. And there you have it. All of your chicken wings are now cut into pieces, small pieces. So you have the flats and the drums. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and wash these again, just to make sure they're extra clean. Okay, so we're back. So what I'm going to do now, once the chicken has been washed, I'm going to start adding the seasoning onto the chicken wings. So I'm going to start off by adding the lemon pepper seasoning. Then I'm going to add the garlic. Then I'm going to add the mixed herbs. Then I'm going to add all-purpose seasoning. Add the paprika. And finally, I'm going to add the allspice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the seasoning together. Make sure your hands are nice and clean when you're doing this as well. Make sure that all the chicken wings are nice and seasoned with the dry ingredients. Making sure that you get all sides of the pieces. Can see it's nice and seasoned. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this for about 30 minutes just to marinate. Then we'll come back and then we'll start the next process. So while your chicken wings are marinating, what you're going to do in the meantime is get your flour, the coating, the fried chicken coating, ready for the chicken. So what I've got here, I've got 1.5 cup of plain flour. Then what I'm going to add to it, I'm going to add some garlic granules. And I've got some all-purpose seasoning. And then we've got some paprika. And finally, I've got some original fried chicken coating, which is Tex made. So you can see this across. I've got some, this is what the packaging looks like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stir it all in together, making sure that all the ingredients are evenly distributed within the flour. It's ready so I can coat it with chicken, ready for the frying pan. This will make the chicken taste nice, even without the lemon and pepper seasoning that we'll add on later on. So if you just wanted to have normal fried chicken wings, you could just do this. However, to give it this extra kick, I'm going to provide it with some seasoning later on, which I'll show you how to do later on in the video. There you go. It's ready for the chicken. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover the baking tray with some foil, which will be used to put the chicken on, which will eventually be used to put in the oven later on in the process. There you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get some sunflower oil, and then I'm going to add it in to the frying pan. Just making sure that it has enough oil so it can cover the chicken. Then what you're going to do is you're going to heat the oil. So it's ready for the frying. Now your chicken should be ready for the next process. You can see the chicken has been left for around about 30 minutes. However, for better results, I'd probably leave it a bit longer, or if you want very best results, probably leave it overnight. So what I'm going to do now with the chicken, I'm going to coat it with some flour, seasoning, and then I'm going to add it onto here, ready for the frying process. So this process doesn't take too long. All you need to do is just cover it. Doesn't need heavy coating. Shake it off and then put it onto the baking tray, and then carry out the same process for the remaining chicken, making sure that all the chicken has the flour coated onto it. Shaking it off after. Carry out the same process. Keep doing this until all your chicken has been fully coated. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat the oil. Well, we're good if I had to turn it on. But yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn the fire on and get the oil up to a good temperature, ready for the chicken to fry. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the chicken, got here, into the frying pan. Now the oil should be at a good temperature, ready for the chicken wings. Now the key is not to have it too hot or have it too low, because if not, then it'll cook too fast if it's too quick. And then if it's too low, there'll be too much grease getting into your chicken wings, which you don't want. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add the chicken pieces into the frying pan. You can see it's nice and crispy already. If you feel like it's too hot, turn the temperature down just a little bit so it doesn't cook too quick. What you're gonna do, every so often, so turn these around and make sure that all of the chicken has been evenly cooked. See, it's looking nice and crispy already. Turn them around, like so. Once the chicken is nice and brown, what you're going to do, you're going to take them out and then put them onto a tray, which will be ready for the oven. See, they're looking nice and crispy. And there you go, you've got your first batch ready for the next process. And I'm going to carry out the same process for the remaining chicken. So what you're going to do in the meantime while the chicken is cooking, you're going to turn the oven on, and preheat the oven so it's ready for the chicken. So you can do its cooking in the oven. You're going to set it at around about 180 degrees. I said before, just make sure that the chicken is turned halfway through, making sure that all the chicken is cooked and all the flour has been properly coated onto the chicken. So what I'm going to do now is going to take out the remaining chicken. You see it's nice and cooked, nice and crispy. Okay, so while your chicken is cooking in the oven, what you're gonna do now is create the seasoning that you're gonna marinate, that you're gonna put on top of the chicken wings. Now to do this, you'll need the following. As you can see before, we have some butter. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to melt the butter and I'm gonna put it so it's into its liquid form. I'll put it into the Pyrex dish or the Pyrex jug. I'll put this in the microwave and then melt it down. Then I'm gonna add in some of the lemon pepper seasoning. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt, not too much. And then I'm gonna add some black pepper. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some of the lemon juice into the marinade. All I'm gonna use for this is around about half of a lemon. Squeeze it in into the juice, making sure that you don't have any seeds in lemon as well. I'm gonna use some of it to use some of the skin as the zest. I'm gonna use some of the skin to give it a nice little kick on the chicken skin as well. Don't have to be too much, just a little bit. I'm also going to use the other half of the lemon to garnish the chicken once it's done. Now all you need to do is just cut it in half. This will be just for decoration purposes, and also if the person eating the chicken wanted to add a bit more lemon onto their chicken wings, all you gotta do is just put it into small pieces like so. Again, making sure that you've taken out all of the seeds, as you can see. You don't want your friend or family member choking on the seeds, so just take them out, and there you go, it's ready. Okay, now the chicken's out of the oven. The best thing to do is, while it's still piping hot, is to add the lemon pepper marinade, which I'm gonna add on. I'm gonna add this on with a little brush, a silicone brush that I've got. You can use a brush, or if you wanted to, you can put it into a bowl and just toss it around. But as you can see, what I'm gonna do now, just gonna make sure that all the chicken pieces have the marinade on. You can see it's looking beautiful, beautiful, ready for my stomach. Yeah. Now all the pieces should be nice and marinated with the lemon pepper sauce. got a bit of extra, just add onto the remaining pieces of chicken. I'm going to take some of the pieces off and put this onto a plate ready to eat. Then what I'm going to do is add a little bit of parsley on top to give it that good taste. Then I'm going to add some of the lemons on. And there you have it, the lemon pepper chicken wings. And there you have it, the lemon pepper chicken wings ready to eat. Now I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you very soon.